How does an OD happen on fentanyl? A lot of people don't realize, fentanyl is very dangerous, but how does this OD actually happen? Well, if you look at like blues and M30s, this is one of the most common fentanyl drugs that people will OD on because they think it's a painkiller, and it's not. It's not a pain pill. It's not an oxy. It's actually fentanyl. And what these do, even when it comes down to heroin or any of the other opiates out there, is the easiest way I can explain it is you have a neural processing transmitter that tracks carbon dioxide in your blood, and that's what causes you to breathe. Now, one of the things is when it comes to fentanyl, it covers this over and numbs this neurotransmitter. So it is no longer regulating the carbon dioxide in your blood. That's why it affects your central nervous system, and the fact that even your spinal cord of your breathing slows down tremendously. Now, what happens is once this is coated onto it, you go to the point that you start to gurgle, you start to snore, and guess what? You end up dying because you've suffocated to death. You have filled too much carbon dioxide, you are not breathing correctly. And that is how you die of a fentanyl overdose or a heroin overdose or opiate overdose. And when it comes to Narcan, Narcan will not necessarily save you. Narcan will knock off these receptors and it will clear them off for about 30 minutes, but you have to go to an emergency room to be observed. Because it's knocked it off of the neurotransmitters doesn't mean it's out of your system. So they can actually reattach and you can re-OD 30 to 40 minutes after you were Narcan. People do not realize that. So I share for educational purposes only because a lot of times people don't realize a lot of the dangers out there when it comes to drugs and substances. And there's insanity. We get high and we destroy our lives through pure insanity, through trying to cope. For the ones out there trying to get sober, tag down below Sunflower Sober. Link is in the bio. Download Sunflower Sober. Start tracking your days of sobriety. Start learning how to journal and understand your cravings and what causes these urges. Use SAM, the 24-hour support. Go to NA meeting, go to AA meeting, go to medically assisted treatment and get help off of this. Go to inpatient treatment or outpatient treatment, therapy, therapist, medication. Find what works for you, man. There's no right or wrong way of getting sober. It's your way of getting sober. And you got this one day at a time. Don't give up. It does get better.